1. This lesson, we tackle about omitted measurements. In Elementary Surveying, 3rd edition by Johnny Pilapilapot. Okay. So, in cases of omitted measurements involving non-adjoining sides, the different cases of omitted measurements may be classified according to whether the two unknown or omitted quantities, such as length or bearings, are in the same side, or in any two adjoining sides, or in two non-adjoining sides. Okay, so this lesson focuses only with cover solution to the following typical cases involving omitted quantities into non-adjoining sides. So here we have three cases. The first cases, the length of the one side and the bearing of another side unknown. So kung makikita natin sa ating case number 1, so ang yung present natin na unknown is yung length natin, pagkatapos yung bearings natin. So later on, makikita natin yan. Then the second case, lengths of two sides unknown. So kanina sa case number 1 natin, yung presence or unknown natin is the length and bearings. Dito naman sa case number 2, yung dalawang length naman. So meaning yung bearings natin walang problema na na-locate natin yung bearings natin dito doon. Then case number 3 or the third case, bearings of two sides unknown. So pag-uusapan naman natin dito sa case number 3, yung bearings lahat. Yung dalawang bearings na hahanapin natin. So later on, ipapakikita ko sa inyo kung paano hahanapin yun. Next. Okay. Even though the sides with two unknown quantities are non-adjoining, for the different cases of omitted measurements involving non-adjoining sides, the following principles are adopted. So here, the principles are adopted. Okay, the first principles states that the length or the first principles states that a line may be moved from one location to a second location parallel with the sides, and its latitude and departure would remain unchanged. So, sinasabi sa principle number 1, yung line natin, kailangan natin i-locate to a second location. So meaning, kapag broken line yung yung diagram natin, kailangan nating siyang idugtong sa kabilang side, which is the second locations, parallel to the first. Okay? And the second principles, the algebraic sum of the latitudes and the algebraic sum of the departures of any system of the lines forming a closed figure must be 0, regardless of the order on which the line are placed. Okay. So, yung principle number 2 naman natin, or second principles, it states that the algebraic sum. So, magambal kita algebraic sum. It is the combinations of all the given values in our diagram, di ba la? So algebraic sums. The operation here is addition, since the word sum. Okay? So the departures of any systems of lines forming a closed figure must be 0. So dapat yung closed figure natin measures 0. So to be exact. Regardless of the order on which the lines are placed. So wala na siya gavaries. For example, yung line natin is naka-connected doon sa other sides. Pwede natin siyang rejoin or or adjoining by other sides, since it is regardless of the order. Okay, next. A solution by simultaneous equation will give the missing part. So, diba natutunan din natin yung simultaneous equation? Ano ba yung simultaneous equations? Yun yung algebraic equations na natutunan natin in the past grades, where we have encountered in junior high school, senior high schools, particularly in calculus. In engineering students or in STEM students or grade 10, siguro na tackle na rin yun. And this method is seldom applied since geometric solutions are preferred by most engineers and surveyors when two sides of a closed traverse will unknown. Quantities are not adjoining. One of the sides is considered as moved from its location to second location parallel to the first. The problems of this type are simplified by first plotting the given transverse data to scale, the creating a transformed figure prior to undertaking the actual computations. So, in this simultaneous computations, is seldom lang siya ginagamit. Why seldom? It's because most preferred ang geometric solutions. What is geometric solutions? Ano ba lain na sa? Ang geometric solutions, amo na siya ang yung mga ginagamitan natin ng mga trigonometric functions like sine, cosine, tangent, secant, cotangent, cosecant, ganun. Ganun yung in-apply natin dito sa lesson na to. Kaya, creating data. So, we need the concrete data to create, to locate the answer or the correct answer for that problems or to be true or undertaking the actual computations in the field of your problem. Okay, next. Okay. On the calculations made on each of the three cases, the latitudes and departures of the sides with unknown quantities must be computed. So, what is the meaning by its latitudes? So, kung maghambal kita ang iya nga latitudes, amo na sa ang iya nga bearings. Amo na sa ang iya nga bearings. Mambal kita latitudes. It's because it measures degrees. Degrees, minutes. Sometimes may seconds. Degrees, minutes, seconds. It is converted. So, paano sina mag-convert? Na anuhan naman ina siya sa aton calculus. The algebraic sum of the latitudes and the algebraic sum of the departure for all sides should both be 0 if the computations made for determining the unknown quantities are correct. So it means the algebraic sums we must add all the data of the whole diagram or the whole problem. Then should both be 0 if the computation made for determining unknown quantities are correct. So dapat it is equal. Kung it is 0 equal to 0, dapat your answer must be equal to 0. To be exact your computations or to be checked that if your computations is correct and reliable as your ano. Okay, ito na. This is here is the first cases. So mini ang hambal ko kaina. Wait lang. Hindi natin makita. Wait, ito natin. Ayan. So itong sinasabi kasi natin kanina na yung case number 1. Yung case number 1 state again that the length of one side and bearings of other side omitted. So here in figure 42-1, given the directions in the length of sides A, B, C, D, E, F, and FA, lengths of side BC, and direction of side DE. The unknown quantities are the bearings of side BC and the length of side DE, which are non-adjoining. The traverse, if first plotted, scale based on given data. So here the given data. Wait, we have to zoom into para makita natin. Okay, so we need to point out the number here. Okay. Yes. So here, makita natin ito. Yes, dito. Ito. And ito. That is our bearings. At ito naman, itong broken ito yung ating adjoining sides. At ito din yung ating adjoining sides. Which is here, our sides. Since one side. And D is our bearings. So we need to determine this and this. Okay. So the side shows in order A, B, C, D, E, and F. The sides with unknown quantities are shown in the dashed line and side with known quantities is in solid line. So, kung makikita natin dito, ito yung dash line. Represent your unknown quantities. This is dash line. Ito yung sinasabi natin kanina na broken line or dash line. Ito yung unknown natin. Ito yung unknown natin. Ito pa ang isa. O makikita natin. Yan yung unknown natin. Unknown values. Ito. So, ito yung solid line. Ito, di ba lang? Ito yung solid line, yung line A, C, ano ba to? E, and F is unknown values na yan. So, we need to pangitaon na lang is yung B and D. Okay. Next. So, by rearranging the order of the sides into C, E, F, A, B, and D, the figure is transformed as shown in figure 42-2. The closing line divides the figure into two parts in its length and bearing are determined from the algebraic sum of the departures and latitudes of the known sides. The first part is formed by the known side A, C, E, and F. And the closing line, the second part of the unknown sides B and D are the closing line. So, by zoom natin para makita. So here, ang kagina bala, ngayon yung broken line, gin-join naton. Ito yung kanina kasi. Ito yung kanina. Yan. Ito, pinagdugtong natin. Ito. The first part is formed by the known sides A, C, D. Here is the A. Wait lang. Here is the A, C, E, and F. Here. Ito naman yung B and D, yung naka-broken line kanina. Ito siya yung unknown natin. Kaya, idugtong natin yung side dito. Hindi ako ma-open eh. Ito yung C, A, F, E. A. Since ito yung known values natin, we need to have a close line here between the ends of B and D. Diba? So, ito ba kanina yung yung broken line or dash line? Dash line CB kanina and dash line CD. So, nagbutang kita diri sa closing line. Diri siya. But doesn't matter sa iyang value. Gada man agyapon ila mga measures does not affect rearranging. It's stated kanina sa principles number 2 yata, I think. Okay. Sige, next. Okay. So, in case number 2, lengths of two sides omitted. So, dito naman is yung two sides. Two sides naman yung omitted natin dito. Or unknown. So, in figure 42-3 shows that the length of the directions of side AB, CD, DE, and directions of non-adjoining sides BC and AE are the unknown quantities. So, here, the unknown quantities here is the A, B, C, D, or the line A, B, line C, D, and paano ni ay shit, D, E. So, ang aton unknown diri is yung aton line AE and ang aton line BC. So, that represent our dash line. So, sides na siya eh. Sides yung missing natin. Next. Okay. Here. As in the previous case, the traverse is the first plotted to scale based on the given data, which the sides shown in the order A, B, C, D, and E. The form figure 42-4 is formed by arranging the order of the sides into C, D, A, E, A, and B. Okay? So, here, so di ba kanina, yung ano man natin, yung line is B and E. B and A is our unknown sides. Here, B and E is our unknown sides. Here, B and E is our unknown sides. Then, from here, we put here the closing line between the sides of B, endpoints of B and E to make the closing line. Since our known values is values of C, D, and A. So, equivalent, transform, figure, second case, and non-adjoining sides. Next. Okay. For this particular case, it must be noted that as the angle between the unknown sides approaches 90 degrees, the solution becomes strong. And as the angle approaches 0 degree or 180 degree, the solution becomes weak. We can say that the problem is indeterminate when the lines are parallel. Again, we can say that the problem is indeterminate when the lines are parallel. Okay, from here, this is the figure. Then the unknown length, unknown bearings, and the closing line. If the solutions or the approaches or the unknown sides approaches 90 degrees, the solutions become strong. And as the angle approaches 0 degree to or 180 degree, the solutions becomes weak. Why? So it's because, okay, diba, when we are talking about lines, diba yung 90 degrees is perpendicular lines, 0 degrees. 90 degrees is a perpendicular line, which, diba, ito, wait. Ito yung 180, ito yung 0 degrees, almost. Ito yung 0 degrees. Yan. 0 degrees. Ito naman yung 180 degrees. 180 degrees. Natin, yung ano kasi, yung 90 degrees is perpendicular. Yan. That is 90 degrees. Yan. So, makikita talaga natin na strong yung ano natin, yung solution kapag 90 degrees. So, that na lang ako na-point out nga when the angles approaches 90 degrees, meaning your solution is very strong. Then, if it is approaches 0 degrees, your solution or our solution is very weak. Okay, next. Case number 3, bearings of two sides omitted. In figure 42-5, the lengths of the directions of sides BC, BE, and EA, and the length of sides AB and CD. The bearings of non-adjoining sides AB and CD are the unknown quantities. From here, this is the case number 3, which is bearing of two sides omitted. Ito kasi yung bearings. Ito yung bearings. Ito yung bearings. At ito yung isa pang bearings. Which is side BC, ang atong known lines, DE, and EA. Length of sides AB and CD is unknown. Okay, next. The traverse is plotted to scale based on the given data and with sides drawn in the order A, B, C, D, and E. The transformation figure is arrived at by rearranging the order of the sides into B, D, E, A, and C as shown at the right. So here, we put close line here because our unknown side is A, or unknown bearings is A and D. Yan. Ano ba to? C. A and C. Unknown bearings. So, after that, sabi kasi, hambal gina, ang duwa ka side to make it close line, the line between or ends of the line of the unknown values, mabutang kita closing line to represent the unknown values. Okay? So, kung ano to na kasi magagamitan, ma-apply natin. Also, ma-apply natin dira yung trigonometric functions. Diba? Ga-form na siya sang triangle. So, we need to have a closing line to form a triangle nga magaresulta karon sa ating computations. Later on, may ipakita ko nga computations. Okay, next. Okay. The closing line divides the figure into two parts. First part formed by known sides B, D, and E. And the closing line, second part by the unknown. Second part by the unknown sides A and C in the closing line. In determining the unknown is seen to be identical with one of the cases. So here, just want to show all of you the problem here. Of the verse with omitted measurements, third case, non-adjoining sides. So, makikita natin dito na yung, wait, hindi tayo nakaano. Makikita natin dito. Ito yung unknown, yung side A, kasi ano ito eh, case number 1 to eh. Ito yung side A, ito yung side C. Represent by the dash line or broken line. nag-represent nga unknown. Supposedly, maobra kita sa triangle. Diba? Maobra kita closing line. I-ano naton, yan. From here, sa C, move to this to nga. From here, we move it ato nga kag yes. Yan. Ma-move kita dira. Tapos maka-form na kita triangle. This is the triangle. And this is represented. Meaning siya ang iyang kagwaan. Next. When the unknown sides are parallel but are not of the same length, when the unknown sides are parallel and are also of the same length, then the solution of the problem becomes indeterminate since the length of the closing line becomes a point. Okay, again. So, yung kasi natin, between the unknown sides are parallel and are also the same length, the solution of the problem becomes indeterminate since the length of the closing line becomes a point. So, yung closing line kasi natin, that's when determining what is the value of other sides or unknown data. So, mina siya ang magahambal na or kasangkapan. Mambal kita nga kasangkapan na para ma-solve ang aton nga unknown data. So, since kung mag-point ina da ang imong closing line, mag-point ina da, for example, imong closing line dira, representation natin is from here, then yung becomes a point. So, dabi na point tiyo. Tapos diriyo. So, hindi na sa mahambal na triangle. Diba? Hindi na sa mahambal na triangle. Kaya mahambal mas straight line ina siya. A straight line, pag ma-point, it measures 0 degree. Hambal kagina, kung 0 degree ang imong solution, then your answer is very weak. Yun yung important dyan. Yung hint. Okay. So, ito na. Illustrative problem. So, omitted measurements, non-adjoining sides, for a closed traverse for which the length of the non-adjoining sides BC and EF have not been measured in the field determined unknown quantities. So, here, the course is your figure. So, this said to be the line AB, line BC, line CD, line DE, line AF, line FA. So, here is your given line. Okay? So, your bearings, since ang bearings nito naman is defined by the bearings, which is the bearing of AB is south 92 degrees 30 minutes east, while line BC north 30 degrees 30 minutes east, CD south 42 degrees 45 minutes east, and DE south 60 degrees 40 minutes west, EF north 74 degrees 05 minutes west, EF and or north 07 degrees 02 minutes E. The distance between A and B is 620.06. This B is unknown. CD 691.56. DE is 688.48. Our EF is unknown. Our FA 412.35 ang distance. So, all of this measures in meters. Okay? Measure in meters. So, highlight natin unknown. Unknown is BC. And other one is EF. Okay. In terms and latitudes. Okay? Latitudes is when it is negative sa negative S, which is south. Okay? So, meaning 25.05. Then our BC is since it is unknown, we cannot calculate it. So we have to we need to leave it blank. CD, our since it is going to east, I mean south to east, we have 547.83, and going to east is 465.93. Okay, so in DE, since it is south and west, so we have to fill up the table in south and west. Okay, so we have in south 337.28, west 600.21, and EF also unknown, so we cannot determine the unknown the latitude and departures, which is the north and west. And FA is the latitude is 409.25, while the departure is 50.49. So all in all, with the sum of this, since it is hambal kagina algebraic sum, katuloy na ako ni ba algebraic sum. So, kung magambal kita algebraic sum, we add all the given or the data here in the table. So, we add natin ini siya. So, in this line, sa latitude, sa north, only one values. So, we have 409.25. In the south, we have 27.05, 507.83, 337.28. When we add it, so we have 875.16 negative, since it is south going down. Since it is south going down, if we draw Cartesian coordinate plane, this is negative, this is y, diba la, mag-drawing kita. This is x, this is y. So this is negative, positive, positive. So since this is our south, our north, I mean, ito yung north, ito yung north, ito yung north. Wait, ito yung north, then our east and west. So that's why nga nag-negative yung atong 875, since our direction is going south. Then the departure is 619.47, 469.43, and 50.49. We come up the sum of 1139.39, which is positive because it is S, and the sign of S is positive. Okay, so next, in west, 600.21. Since it is from going to west, we can conclude that it is negative. It is negative 600.21. Okay. Okay, solution. Plotting the traverse the scale. So we have to plot it. Ano ang mga given kanina? So we have line AB, line BC, CD, DE, EF, and FA. Then after that, drawing an equivalent transform figure. So, ang unknown value kanina is our line F and ito. So, nag-make kita sang closing line dito and naka-form kita sang triangle to determine the unknown variables. Next. So, next, determining the length and bearing of closing line. So, since summation of NL is equal to positive 409.25 meter, summation of SL is equal to negative 87.16 meter, summation of ED is positive 11.39, positive 11, 300, positive 100, 1,139.39 meter, and summation of WD is equals to negative 600.21 meter. So now, C sub L is equal to summation of NL plus summation of SL is equal to positive 409.25 plus negative 872.16 is equal to negative 462.91 meter. So we can come up this answer. Next, the C sub D. So we have summation of D plus summation of WD is equal to positive 1,139.39 plus negative 600.21. So the sum of this, so we have is equal to positive 539.18 meter. So nakakam up man kita sang answer na ni. Next, L sub CL is equal to the square root. Wait lang. Okay. Wait, natatabunan siya. Okay. So we have the square root of the quantity of C squared plus C sub D squared is equal to the square root of the quantity of negative 462.9 quantity square plus the quantity of positive 39.18 square is equal to 710.63 meter. Next. Okay, this is the last part. Tan alpha CL is equal to negative sub D. Tan alpha CL is equal to negative C sub D all over negative C sub L is equal to the negative quantity sub minus the quantity of positive 539.18 divided by minus negative 462.91 is equal to, since negative times positive, the answer is negative. So we have negative 539.18. So in rule of in algebra, negative times negative is equal to the positive. So we have positive 462.91. We divide 539.18 by 462.91. So we can come up the answer of negative 1.16472. And alpha CL, we convert it in degrees and minutes form. We have 49 degrees and 21 minutes. So here is our answer. So therefore, bearing of the closing line is north 49 degrees 21 minutes west. Next, determining length of side BC and EF. Side B, this is the side BC, unknown length, which is unknown length around side BC. Then our side EF. Here is our side EF, also the unknown length. This is our closing line. Since nakita na ito yung sinasabi ko kanina na triangle. Ito yung triangle na para ma-solve natin or we can calculate the unknown value. So we have, kanina may given tayo nga 710.63 meter, which is the length between the side of length, wait lang. Line CD. Okay. So this is the bearings of 30 degrees in 30 minutes for this line. And we have 30 degrees, 30 minutes, and 49 degrees, 29 minutes. Mini kanina yung this value is already taken before. Diba? So here, 74 degrees in 05 minutes and 29 degrees, 21 minutes. Okay. After that computation. Okay. The measure of angle 1 is 30 degrees. Okay. 30 degrees and 30 minutes plus 49 degrees in 21 minutes is equal to 79 degrees, 51 minutes. Okay, next. Okay, in angle number 3. Angle number 3 is equal to 180 degrees, 00 minutes minus the quantity of 30 degrees and 30 minutes plus 74 degrees, 05 minutes. So the sum of these two bearings is negative. Okay, diba? So 30 is minus plus. Okay, so we have 75 degrees, 25 minutes. So to check if our answer is correct, then we have to add all of those angle, or then we equate it in 180 degrees, since the um, measures of the angle in each angle in triangle is equal to 180 degrees. Again, we add all the three angles, then equate to the 180 degrees, since all angles or each angles, the sum of the three angles in a triangle is equal to 180 degrees. Okay, so 79 degrees, 51 minutes plus the angle 2, which is 24 degrees and 44 minutes, plus the angle 3, which is 75 degrees and 25 minutes, is equal to 180 degrees. And when the sum of this three triangle is equal to 180 degrees, 00 minutes, is equal to 180 degrees, 00 minutes. So we can conclude that our answer here in the angle 1, 2, or 3 are checked. Okay, using sine law. So we know that the sine law is the formula for sine law is BC divided by sine angle 2 is equal to EF divided by the sine angle 1 is equal to 710.63. So BC is equal to 710.63 sine angle 2 divided by sine angle 3 is equal to 710.63 sine 24 degree 44 minutes divided by sine 75 degrees 25 minutes is equal to 307.22 meter. EF, so we have the measure of the length, the line or distance from BC is 307.22 meter. And EF is equal to 710.63 sine angle 1 divided by sine angle 3 is equal to 710.63 sine, the value of angle 1 is 79.51 degrees, 79 degrees, 51 minutes divided by the sine, which is the angle 3, which is 75 degrees, 25 minutes. So we evaluate it in a calculator, we can come up this answer of 722.80 meters. So this is the distance between line EF. So thank you. Hope you learn something or you learn new from my report. God bless everyone.